From the Diary of Anne Frank. This chapter is an extract from the diary of a young girl. It gives us a little view into the life of a teenager girl, her school life, her mindset towards her family, society, along with her relationship with people by whom she was surrounded. This diary was written by Anne Frank. Original title of this diary was Het Urshits and the language was Dutch. Translated by B.M. Moria Doubleday. Convert artist was Hamlet Selden. Country Netherlands. Topic of this diary was World War II. Publication date was 1947 and was originally published in English in 1952. Anne Frank was born on 12 June 1929. She was a Jewish girl. She was 13 years old when got her diary. She is one of the most known Holocaust victims. She calls her father, Otto Frank, the most adorable father. He married at the age of 36 with her mother, Athit Frank, who was just 25. Her sister, Margot, was born in 1926. Her family moved to Holland in 1933. She got her education there. In 1942, her grandma died. She loved her so much. Anne regards diary writing as a strange experience. There were two reasons for this. Firstly, she had never written a diary before. Secondly, no one else except her would be interested in musings of a 13-year-old girl. She writes it for herself. She wanted to get all kinds of things out of her chest. Anne says paper has more patience than people, which is really true. She wrote there were about 30 people she could call friends. She had a family, loving aunts and friends, but still she felt all alone. She could only talk about ordinary things to them. They were not able to come closer. This was the problem. They couldn't confide with each other. Maybe it was her own fault. A very close friend was missing in her life. She wanted the diary to be her friend. She named it Kitty. On 20th June 1942, Anne wrote, the whole class was shaking in fear because teachers were going to decide in next meeting who would be going up and who would be kept back. At that time, she realized that there were about a quarter of students in class who were totally worthless and didn't deserve to be passed, but it is really difficult to predict the decision of teachers. However, she had complete faith in herself and her friends, but she was not sure about maths. Her relations with all teachers were good, but Mr. Keesing, the maths teacher, didn't like her much because she was very talkative. He was kind of old-fashioned man. Maths teacher used to give her extra homework as a punishment for talking during classes. He gave her essays to write on topic chatterbox. She wrote 3 pages on it. She argued in the essay talking is a student's trade. She felt that she would never be able to cure it. Her mother also talked as much as she does. She got this inherited trait from her mother. What someone could do about inherited traits, she stated. Mr. Keesing had a good laugh after reading it. He assigned her second essay as on the topic an incorrigible chatterbox, and the third one on the topic quack quack quack, said Mistress Chatterbox. This time she wrote the essay with the help of friends in it. She was a good poet and wanted to turn the table on for Mr. Keesing. She finishes the poem about the mother duck and the father swan with 3 baby ducklings. which were beaten to death by father because they quacked too much. Mr. Keesing understood the poem and its message in the right way. Since then, she had been allowed to talk in class. Also, after that, she had not been assigned any extra homework. Caught during hiding. During their hiding in secret annex, they were discovered and sent to concentration camp in 1945. Anne's death. Anne grew from a very sweet child to a very empathetic and sensitive person at just the age of 15. But now the end was near. She died due to typhus at Berlin-Belsen concentration camp in late February or early March of 1945, within a week after her sister Margot's death. Even after her death, she gave us such a beautiful gift in form of her diary, which is today inspiration for many people. She has died physically, but will always be alive in our hearts. I want to go on living, even after my death, said Anne. She kept her words as she is always alive in our hearts, which is not possible for many. What a wonderful thought it is that some of the best days of our lives haven't been happened yet. This is so true thing which just a 15 years old girl understood, but many young old people didn't understand. At last, thank you and have a shiny day.